Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it today. Today I wanted to talk to you about a little article, or I guess update, that I saw come through, and the headline got me, and I had to share it. Right? It's one of those headlines where it's like, oh yeah, no kidding, that's awesome. So I'm happy to share that. And for those that may have noticed, I do got two more things up here: Army, Coast Guard. I got the other ones, but this was easy to do because I didn't have to measure. So the rest of them, the Marine Corps, Navy, Air Force, Space Force, I have to actually figure it out. So that's going to be fun. So eventually they'll show up. And I wanted to share with you this article because, again, of the headline. So the headline here says, North Little Rock man sentenced to prison for falsifying disability claims. And here we go. It's from the Office of the Inspector General with the Department of Veterans Affairs. And it says here, defendant fraudulently received $91,651.70 from the Department of Veterans Affairs. Moving on, it says, a North Little Rock man was sentenced to prison for submitting a falsified disability application to the Veterans Administration and received more than $91,000 in disability payments. Darrell Maxfield Jr., 30 years old, was sentenced to 4 months in federal prison today, which was yesterday, or this story came out yesterday, so I don't know exactly when that part happened. Was sentenced to 4 months in federal prison today by the United States District Judge Brian S. Miller. This is a case of stolen valor. In October 2018, Maxfield filed for disability benefits from the VA, alleging he sustained psychological trauma after he recovered the remains of a cadet who died while conducting a land navigation exercise at West Point Military Academy. At that time, Maxfield was enrolled at the United States Military Academy Prep School. Maxfield's VA disability application was approved, and he began receiving $1,567 per month. The VA was alerted of the potential fraud regarding Maxfield's benefit application in May 2020 after it was discovered that the physician's signature on Maxfield's disability benefit questionnaire, DBQ, had been cut and pasted onto Maxfield's application from another application. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty ballsy. Upon further investigation, agents were able to verify that 3 days after Maxfield's enrollment at the United States Military Academy Prep School, a cadet at West Point Military Academy died during a field training exercise. However, agents found no evidence that Maxfield was anywhere near the proximity where the remains were located. He was not on the land navigation course on that date, on the date of the cadet's death, and the two cadets who did find the dead cadet's remains stated they were the only two present when the body was located. Today, this defendant was held accountable for falsely claiming to be disabled in order to steal taxpayer dollars from a program meant to benefit deserving service-disabled veterans, said Special Agent in Charge, Chris, name I can't say, with the Department of Veterans Affairs, Office of Inspector General of South Carolina Central Field Office, or of the Inspector General's South Central Field Office. The VA OIG is dedicated to ensuring the integrity of the VA's benefits programs and services. The VA OIG thanks the U.S. Attorney's Office for their efforts in this case. On June 1st, 2021, Maxfield was charged in an indictment with theft of public money and making a false statement or representation to a department or agency of the United States. Maxfield pled guilty to the indictment on January 19th, 2023. Maxfield was sentenced to 4 months in prison on each count to be served concurrently, 3 years of supervised release, and he was ordered to pay $91,651.70 in restitution, as he should. The case was investigated by the Veterans Affairs, Office of Inspector General, and the Army Criminal Investigation Division, Assistant United States Attorneys J. William Crow and Jana Harris, prosecuted the case for the United States. Outstanding, great job, great work, and probably was tipped off because he was probably bragging to somebody else about it. So good. I'll tell you that our benefits are always in danger from stupid stuff that's going on. I know of a situation in California where their educational benefit through the state, so the state of California Department of Veterans Affairs tuition fee waiver program, which requires eligibility forms to be signed and so forth. Some of those were falsified by non-veterans getting their children, or potentially the children, I say children, the college age, the young adults, either falsifying it or parents falsifying it for the children to get them into these colleges and universities tuition free. So again, kind of a stolen valor type situation to obtain those benefits. So it's those types of situations that are really scary to me, because when those types of things happen, the ability to access that type of a benefit really tightens up, and the scrutiny gets more, public awareness of misuse or what happens or what have you comes into play as well. So I'm glad that this one ended in the result that it did, and kudos, and getting this information out there helps to combat it happening in the first place, right? So this acts as a deterrent, sharing the information. So with that, I want to thank each and every single one of you for watching. I really appreciate the support. If you hung on this long, you get the thank you, I guess. So I really appreciate you. I truly do. And I will continue to push out information for you. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.